What's up? I'm going to be reviewing a pro bodybuilder's full day of eating. His name is Janicki.
What is going on, YouTube fitness family? I know I'm starting this video abrupt in my...
Jesus, he looks abnormal. Ugh. So many veins on the stomach, so many drugs being abused, growth hormones, steroid hormones. Unbelievable. Oh, he only has underwear on. I didn't even notice that. Why do you start a video like this? That's super strange.
Briefs in my bedroom, but I'm excited. I feel really good. I'm a week out. We have one of our last depletion days before we fill next week. It's about to be peak week, but as you know, that means we're digging hard this last few days to really bring glycogen down, try to rip off maybe that last little bit of body fat, start to reduce any water weight. So
it's really sad. So many insecurities. You have to be really messed up mentally, really beat down to go to these lengths to destroy your body. It's very severe destruction.
So carbs are low today. I'm gonna walk you guys through a full day of eating, but first, let's get a little physique update to see where I'm at about 9 days out, something like that. We'll see how it's looking here.
Oh my God, why would you do that? Oh my God, I get it. It's as if it's self-humiliation. This is, oh wow. That's why he's wearing only the underwear. It's self-humiliation. Wait, he destroyed his body and then he's trying to completely destroy himself by making the videos so that everybody laughs at him. Or what else could this be? That must be it. Even if it's subconscious, it for sure must be it.
Yeah, really excited about.
Yeah.
That was something I was really worried about, but...
Yeah, I have body dysmorphia, which is a severe mental illness. Yeah, oh yeah, that was me displaying it, yeah.
Seems to be tightening up over this last few days, so really happy this also, all the way this cut, all the way into the hip is something I'm really happy about.
Seriously.
And the legs holding on even at this low glycogen level. Literally could not be more ready to absolutely destroy the show. So without further ado, let's eat some poverty calories. I'm gonna give it away right here, 2,500. It's gonna suck, but let's get this 2,500 in. I'll show you guys exactly what I'm eating, and we'll get some training clips from today.
Oh my God, he's gonna be looking back at this in 10 years, cringing so badly.
So excited about this video, let's hit it. All right, boys and girls, meal number one. We are going to start off with some bowl of gains, you guys. Second thing I'm gonna do is egg whites with some shredded kale, and we're gonna do a tiny bit of goat cheese and these 2 egg wraps. If you guys haven't tried these egg white wraps, they're actually kind of good. They're 25 calories each.
Why do you eat kale? Kale is one of the most toxic plants on earth. What's wrong with you? Kale has oxalates. You would get kidney stones if you would live long enough to get kidney stones. I guess that it won't be a problem for him.
My little concoction here, and kind of spread them out where even. And see how, because the top of the egg whites haven't quite cooked yet, so what's gonna do is almost stick to it and cook to it. And also kind of stick to that goat cheese as well. So I also use a little, about a gram of pink Himalayan salt on there as well. And so we're gonna take this, lid it off, cook the rice in the microwave. So this whole breakfast takes about 6 minutes to cook, which is great. I'm also gonna introduce you to the one that makes it all happen here, the love of my life. You guys don't usually get to see Alina and the babies a lot in my content, but they're literally why I do what I do. So,
Wait, that makes no sense. You do it for her, and did you say babies? What did he mean by babies? Does he actually have babies, or is he somebody who calls his dogs babies? I will just assume that he has children. Why would you do this then? It doesn't make any sense. You do understand that you're about to kick the bucket most likely. Realistically, you're on so many drugs, your diet is pretty freaking bad also. Could be worse, of course, but the kale alone is toxic enough to shorten your lifespan by decades if you consume it regularly. Point being, how could you possibly say that you do it for somebody else when it's completely egotistical and only because of your mental issues that you do it at all? There can't be any other reason why you would destroy your body. You have some kind of trauma from your childhood or who knows what, maybe like Nick Walker, and that's the reason you do it. It's completely over the top. You don't even look in any way human whatsoever. You literally look like one huge tumor with tons of other tumors bulging from every corner of the body. Just completely anti-human, abnormal. There's something extremely wrong with you, man. But to say that you do it for somebody else, completely insane.
She's super supportive and helps me get through these preps. And honestly, thank you, baby.
Yeah, most people don't know that Eric even has a wife.
I know,
so
most
here
people
I
think
am.
I'm gay, so there's that. Yeah, we'll hopefully get some clips of the babies this afternoon so you guys can see them. They're at daycare. They go 3 days a week, so we just got a nice little walk in. Got our...
Wait, what? No, it must be dogs. Yeah, it must be dogs. Because there's no, please don't be human babies, please. There's no way that they are both at home and they send their children to daycare or baby. No, it's impossible. If you do this, no, it can't be. It can't be.
Steps in right before we started this video, so about 6,500 steps. Definitely underrated, guys. If you guys want to burn more calories, try to just get more steps in. Low cortisol activity output. Just, it's a lot easier on your body than trying to like do HIIT cardio or something like that. So I'm gonna let her go. She's got some clients, and I'll show you guys me in one sec here. All right, here we are. So this is the finished product of my like egg white wrap. So you can see, I just kind of fold it over to make it more like a quesadilla, and I get it. It's like super, like.
I get that he's cutting. I get that he's pretty much only eating protein. Whatever, do your thing. But why the kale? The kale doesn't add up. It doesn't fit in there.
Poverty quesadilla. But hey, it's delicious. I'm gonna try it right now. To me, that's like sensational. It's like 40 grams of protein, roughly. Only a couple grams of fat, maybe 4 to 5. Really, really delicious. Good micronutrients from the kale. Good, obviously, fiber.
How old is this guy? 37? Okay, let's just say 37. I'm gonna look it up. 32. He definitely looks older than 32. Could be worse. Still pretty bad. Way too many wrinkles. At 32, you should look like you're in your 20s, basically. The way it should be naturally.
And obviously with this, it's going to be like, that's going to be like based on my main carb source. And I added some blueberries on top. I use frozen blueberries because the way it helps it is like, see how they kind of almost like melt into it since it's so
blueberries
hot.
are heavily
Plus it allows
sprayed
me
with
not have to wait for
pesticides.
like 20 minutes to eat this because it's like literally molten. But yeah, so I'm going to try this for you guys. My bowl gains mixed with that HGLT, both pumpkin flavor. Definitely over to HGLT and get all the, like the protein was one of the main reasons I signed up with the company, just because I've been using them and they're so delicious, and like shakes, but also stuff like this, baking.
Protein
creamies.
powders are waste
So
products.
do not sleep on the HGLT
Seriously,
protein,
stop
but
consuming them.
I also added a little bit of cinnamon and then some of that Maldon salt. So if you guys want some like really good
Cinnamon
kind of
is
flaky salt,
extremely
that, like,
toxic.
you know, they kind of reminds you of like when you get a chocolate chip
Deadly,
cookie
really.
that has like the flake salt on top.
All right, guys, Coach Greg here, and I've got the brand new protein s'mores flavor, and it's literally amazing. Let's try it out. So I'm gonna do a scoop and a half here. Don't forget to buy my cookbook.
Just fucking with you, Greg.
Oh my god, that was really good imitation.
And we got the whole crew here. We got Landon with sauce all over his face. We got Grandpa. We got Winter. Hi, Winter. All right, so let's get home. I'm going to show you guys.
Wow, he really does have children. It's not pets. I was hoping, because having children is great in itself, of course, awesome, but he's gonna have a very short life. He's not gonna be around for his children, for sure. If he continues, if he would completely change his life now, sure, but that's probably not gonna happen, realistically. Even if he won't be competing with pro bodybuilders, so to speak, pro body destroyers, then he will still probably continue working out. Those kind of people usually don't stop except if something extreme happens. And even then, usually they don't stop. They can get a heart attack and they won't stop. They will simply get surgery and maybe slightly change their diet, not realizing that it's the working out itself that's doing it. It's not even about the drugs so much, even though that's super bad, of course, and the worst part of his lifestyle. But also besides that, he sends the children to daycare, even though both of them are home. I just don't get that whatsoever. They are with strangers. They should be growing up with their parents in general. But when they are this young, absolutely, they shouldn't be around any kind of strangers. That's insanely strange. I've never seen that before.
The grilling of the chicken right now, it's going to be epic, so we'll see you guys how they go. You see the finished product here looking absolutely
Good that he's making meat, but super many carcinogens, the black stuff, it's really toxic.
delectable. All right, guys, so we have made it inside, and I'm so thankful because it's literally like 110 degrees out, and by the grill, it's like 200,000 degrees out. So I have right here meal number, I guess technically 4.
White rice, arsenic, carbohydrates, which are sugar, nothing else, garbage slave food. Zucchini, slave fruit, has nothing, only pesticides on the outside. Why do you eat a chicken breast? Just chicken breast, no fat. Again, that's slave food. The tomatoes are not found like that in nature. It's a nightshade, could be problematic long term. You shouldn't overconsume nightshades, especially for your gut. And then sauerkraut, just fermented cabbage with salt.
Or I've got some zucchini, which I prepared in advance, a little bit of tomatoes, the chicken, 6 ounces of rice, so 6 ounces chicken, 6 ounces of rice, a little bit of sauerkraut, and then 300 grams of zucchini. So I think this meal ends up being about 50 grams of protein, about 40 grams of carbs, and like 3 grams of fats.
No, how do you not understand that you destroy the protein when you cook the meat, especially when you cook it that much with carcinogens all over it? Such strange people out there. You would think that these people at least understand something about the food that they eat, seeing as it's so important for them, although at the same time, for him specifically, no, because he's relying on the drugs completely. It wouldn't really matter what he eats. And you can see that because he mostly eats complete garbage, some kind of vegetables and fruits which don't even exist in nature. They have nothing to do with building muscle. He just eats them because he's brainwashed.
So, and some probiotics from the sauerkraut.
There's no probiotics in sauerkraut. Why do people say that? If anything, you could say that there's prebiotics because your gut microbiome would feed on the sauerkraut, but it has salt in it, which is an antibiotic, and the cabbage itself is only fiber, which also has actual toxins. It's the cabbage family of plants, broccoli, kale, it all comes from cabbage.
Yeah, some good volume just from the amount of zucchini. I feel like zucchini digests pretty well for me, as opposed to like broccoli. Like I literally have to stay away from it because it makes me so gassy.
Yes, because broccoli is a flour. Of course, we cannot digest flours. Of course, it makes you gassy. It's also full of sulforaphane, which is a super potent toxin. How could it not? Zucchini is a fruit. Of course, you can digest fruits better than flowers. This guy, funny guy.
So just like gives me some more volume in my plate, and I'm gonna down this, and then I will see you guys for meal number, I guess 5, which would be dinner time. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. All right, so meal number 5. Baby just went down to sleep till 7 p.m. So we are going to do 6 grams of chicken, 6 ounces of chicken, 300 grams of zucchini again, 25 grams of avocado, and then about 50 grams of tomatoes. So this is a pretty low carb meal. And then I also added...
This is actually the perfect proof that you can eat anything when you're on drugs. Only the drugs matter. He's simply a drug addict who eats absolute garbage food for the most part. And that's the reason why he's gaining muscle, as in those tumors.
8 grams, so half a serving of shout out to Ross at Flavor Jam, the smoke and poppy sauce.
Imagine that you have such big tumors coming out of your arms that there's veins even popping out. I mean, that says everything. Usually you would get surgery for something like this.
Keeps you sane in prep, makes everything taste really good, and super low calories, almost 10 calories per serving.
Pretty awesome.
All right, guys, final meal of the night. So this is probably what I look forward to the most after breakfast, probably. But it's basically my little like fruit bowl treat. Probably seen it previously.
Just end the video, nobody cares.
Cottage cheese, 1 serving of HTLT, Gregnog protein, a little bit of stevia. I mix all that up. I add in 300 grams of frozen blueberries and 1 peach. I put it back in the freezer for a little bit. And then on top I put 1 serving of fiber cereal.
59 grams of protein? No, maximum 30.
10 grams of peanut butter and sugar-free syrup, so, and some cinnamon and sea salt, the flake salt from earlier. So this is literally like a great way to end the night. Ton of fiber, micronutrients.
Why would it be great to eat a ton of fiber? Fiber is the indigestible part of a plant. That just means that you will go to the toilet more often because you can't digest the food that you're eating. You're going to have more gas, which you already complained about before. You should understand that it's not good for you, and more digestive issues in general.
Helps keep me like satiated through most of
What micronutrients? What does he think he's getting from that? The most micronutrient rich foods are organs.
the night. This just because if I eat like something.
The daily macros are of around 150 grams of protein maximum, probably less.
With very little volume at the end of the night, I tend to like wake up and not sleep very well. So this is it, guys. We're gonna watch a little bit of House of Dragons. Comment below if you guys have watched that. Also, make sure to check out all of the HTLT subs that I mentioned in the video today. I love you guys, and let's finish this thing strong. 1 week out, baby. Gonna enjoy this, and we'll see you guys on.
Look at how insanely exhausted and worn out he looks, especially because of the under eye bags. Wow, complete severe body destruction.
The next video.
The video is black for the last 2 minutes. There's nothing. Did he edit it himself? What's wrong with this guy? Actually, this was a really good video, not because of what he wanted to show us, but because of what he really showed us, and that is that it doesn't matter at all what you eat. He eats some man-made vegetables full of pesticides, herbicides, anti-nutrients. They don't even really have any carbohydrates, no protein or fat, obviously. It's not found in nature whatsoever. This is something that humans never used to eat. And then some overcooked meat with carcinogens and some other protein sources such as peanut butter, which is full of aflatoxins, and again more anti-nutrients, phytic acid, the oxalates. Unbelievable. He just eats incredibly overcooked meat and a bunch of vegetables and fruits, which will destroy his gut. It probably already destroyed his gut. What does this mean? It means that it only matters what drugs you take as a bodybuilder or as a pro bodybuilder, a pro drug addict. That's all that he would have to show in his videos. These are the drugs that I take, and this is why I look the way I look, because it has nothing to do with what he eats, just nothing at all. You could actually gain some muscle if you would eat raw organ meats, a lot of liver, raw fat, raw eggs, butter, even dairy. A lot of muscle meat, of course, would also be fine. If you wouldn't be taking drugs, you would actually gain some muscle, so to speak, as in your body would adapt to you lifting man-made metal for no reason. It's still pointless at the end of the day, but if you would want to, for whatever reason, that's how you could do it without destroying your health. This guy shows us what he eats in a day for no reason. Why do you show it? What is the point of these people showing us what they eat in a day? It has nothing to do with the way you look. Absolutely nothing. You think that I'm overreacting as if I actually mean it has a little bit to do with it, but it's for the most part the drugs. No, it's literally only the drugs. He could be eating anything. It's just all about the drugs. Yet he shows us what he eats in a day, and then people watch it and believe that that's what they should eat to gain muscle or what? You're gonna most likely lose muscle if you eat this garbage. Okay, if you eat the chicken and whatever kind of actual meat, maybe you will manage, but if you would add any more nuts, vegetables and fruits, then you would probably actually lose muscle because you would not repair the damage that you did in the gym. That's what actually happens to vegans who try to gain muscle. What an absolute joke. Thanks for watching.